would tell you he was on a dime, just making money and just trying to be the most winningest coach. And anyone who says that that wasn't the case, they're a liar. But here's what I will say to you. Okay, that's why it's so critical that these powers that be, and I know there's a lot of alumni from State College watching this program, and it's so critical that you can just take your time. Pennsylvania's loaded. You get the right coach up there, wow, you're going to take off, and you're going to be able to beat Ohio State, and be able to beat Michigan, and be able to be in the top tier year in and year out. And the same thing with the University of Pittsburgh. They got this guy. They're paying him $7-8 million a year. He's a dork. I mean, he's a loser. You understand? And he has no business being there, but they just don't got the guts to get rid of the guy. You understand? The statements he's made and the calls he's made is just mediocrity. So if Penn State were to be mediocre, keep doing what you're doing, and that's what you're going to get. But I'm not going to go watch. I'm not going to go watch the university play that I played on number one teams in the country with some of the biggest players and toughest players ever to play the game. And I would tell you, I just want to come into a close. I wanted to mention Craig Ironhead Hayward. That guy was a big dope smoker. Craig, when I used to want to punch him in the mouth. Honestly, I get in fights with him. Like, Craig, you got to stop this. You got to stop it, man. You got a future ahead of you. So here, man, he smoked dope like all the time. And don't ask me how. Don't ask me how he didn't flunk the drug test. They must have been turning their heads back then. But he's in a grave too from brain cancer. Which everyone knows, smoking dope causes brain cancer, right? So I would tell you, he's got two beautiful sons. I know him. Cam, he's overweight. I left a message for him with one of the coaches. He's got to lose weight. He's got to get his weight down. Man, when he played at Ohio State, man, that kid, he flew around in his first 5, 6, 7 years in the league. He was all over the place. Now, man, he's about 70, 80 pounds. He's reminding me of Goose. He's got a big frame. Now he's up at 330, 340. I mean, I don't know what he weighs, but he's got to lose weight. You understand? And he's not really playing that well either with all that weight. So what if that franchise, knowing this, but he's such a star, he's the captain of the team, everyone just shuts their mouth. They don't say nothing to him, right? So the point I'm making is, and we're going to close with this, Andrew, until the NFL takes obesity seriously, and the University of Pittsburgh, if you want to look it up, done a study on obese NFL players. It's staggering. It's staggering what's going on, okay? And the trickle down into high school now with these athletes being obese is absurd, okay? The drugs is absurd. The fact that the franchises and the leagues let these men smoke dope to go to get down and to get up to play a game is absurd. And the cherry on top, for any idiot, for any sucker to bet money on those athletes that aren't 100% normal is absurd. Stop gambling on sports, okay? It's an epidemic right now. Call up. Look, Andrew made a great point. I'm going to let him close with making the point that doctor said. I mean, talk about what results do you want? What results do you want that doctor?
Right. No, and that's, again, I'll say the quote again. Before telling people what is bad, teach them why, and then how to get what you want. That's the number one thing. So that's what we're trying to do with these conversations we had. So last week we touched on gambling. This week we're touching on, drugs and addiction. And obviously we're talking about athletes who are trying to perform at the absolute highest level. But that also filters down into you in your everyday life, normal people, right? We all have the same bodies. We might not be professional athletes, but we still have the same effects. And our bodies aren't, performing at that level, but we still need to treat them like they are like the special things that God created. So with that, I think that was a great conversation. Again, if you have anyone who's struggling with gambling addictions or drug addictions, please help them, reach out to facilities and call the hotlines to help them get through these tough times. And everyone obviously prays for our friends and family who struggle with these addictions. But
one more point.
Yeah.
The Lord's Prayer, man. Jesus says, "This is the prayer that my Father taught me." This is the prayer that my father taught. God himself, the creator, the maker of heaven and earth, the Alpha and the Omega. He taught Jesus that prayer, man. Say the Lord's Prayer and say it and say it and say it and personalize it if you need to, and have them watch our show. Our show's very encouraging, okay? And you know, I know Andrew, one of our friends who watches the show said that we should ask you to subscribe more often.
Yes.
You know, so look, we're not going to sell your name. We're not going to email you. We're not going to do none of that stuff. So you know, subscribe and encourage us. I mean, the numbers are going up. We've had close to 200,000 people watch our podcast in a couple of weeks, in like going on 2 months. So things are awesome. We appreciate you watching us, but we would appreciate if you guys would just what do they need to do, Andrew? What do they need to do?
Yep. So always remember to like and subscribe to all our videos. You can find us anywhere that that you listen to podcasts.